Dear student, in today's class, I am going to discuss regarding the topic of the Module 5. Topic of the Module 5 is the state space analysis, state variable approach or state space analysis or state variable approach or state variable analysis or state space analysis. So now this is the topic of the Module 5. It is a time domain approach which provide a basics for the modern control theory and the system optimization. It is a time domain approach. State space variable approach is a time domain approach which provide a basics for the modern control theory and system optimization. It is a very powerful tool for analysis and design of a linear and non-linear system, time invariant and also the time invariant system, and also multiple input and multiple output system. This is a widely useful method as a as a as a topic of the modern control theory is the state variable approach. In order to understand the modern control system, the basics of the modern control system is the state variable analysis. Is a very important topic of the modern control theory nowadays. So the state variable approach or state space analysis is a modern approach for finding the solution for the control system through the digital computer. So now this is the very important topic for the examination point of view and also the future study. If you go for studying higher studies, so in MTech we'll have the modern control system, or if you go for higher studies MS, then also have the subject of modern control system or advanced control theory. To understanding the modern control theory, this is the fundamental. The first chapter of the modern control system is the state variable analysis. So, or state variable approach. So, it is a time domain approach, which provides a basic for the modern control theory and system optimization. It is a very powerful tool for analysis and design of a control system, a linear, non-linear control system, time variant, and also the time invariant control system, and time and a multiple input and a multiple output system is a very widely useful method compared to the transfer function method. Until module 4, we have studied regarding the conventional theory concept of the conventional control theory. But in module 5, we go for studying regarding the topic of the modern control theory. The topic of the modern control theory is the state variable approach. Here, we need to, if you go for studying regarding the state variable analysis, we should know what are the drawback or limitations of transfer function transfer function approach or old control theory or conventional control theory. We should understand the limitations of transfer function approach and also the conventional control theory or old control theory. Now, what are the limitations? These are the limitations. It is applicable only in case of control system with zero initial condition. We go for taking the transfer function only for this. Transfer function is the ratio of output of the system to the input of the system. Under zero initial condition only we are taking. Can't take at any instant of time we can't find the transfer function. It is the transfer function approach is a valid only for the applicable one case of control system with zero initial condition. So, and also it is applicable only to linear control system. It is not suitable for the non-linear control system. So it is applicable only for the linear control system. So, and also it is applicable only to the single input and single output system. It is applicable only to the single input and single output system, not for the multiple input and multiple output system. And it is applicable only to the time invariant system. It is not applicable to the time variant system. Transfer function approach is applicable only to the time invariant system, not for the time variant system. So, and also the transfer function approach, it is applicable only to the time invariant. It is not suitable for the time variant system. So, not applicable for the time variant system. So, now these are the drawbacks of the conventional control theory. And also it reveals only the output of the system for the known input. It gives only the output of the system for the known input only. It does not provide any information about the internal state of the system. Now these are the limitations of the advanced conventional control theory. We go for discussing regarding the now what are the advantages of state variable approach. We shall see what are the advantages of state variable approach over the transfer function approach. We shall see now. We shall see what are the advantages of the state variable approach over this conventional control theory or old control theory. Now, our transfer function approach. These are the advantages. It is applicable in case of the state variable approach is applicable in case of system with or without zero initial condition. It is a state variable approach can be applied to the system with or without zero initial condition, and also it is applicable for both linear and non-linear systems. So non-linear control system. So now, and another advantages is it is applicable not only for the single input and single output system, single input and so means single input, single output system, but also for the multiple input and multiple output system. And also this state variable approach, it is applicable not only for the time invariant system and also for the time invariant system also it is applicable, and also it gives the it also reveals not only output for the system for the known input and also reveals the information about the intermediate state of the system. So the state variable approach is used to analyze the intermediate output of the system, to analyze the intermediate. In conventional control theory, it is not possible to tap the or verify the intermediate output of the system. But here we can easily, it reveals not only output of the system for the known input and also reveals the information about intermediate state of the system. And also it has an easy to large scale computer. It is a modern control theory method to access, easy to access the large scale digital computer. By using digital computer, we can access to large scale digital computer. It is an approach useful to access the information about the system when the system is large. Now, these are the advantages of the state variable approach. Usually in examination, you will get a question, what are the advantages and limitations of the conventional control theory? This is the every time asking question, frequently asking question is the what are the mentioned the limitations and also the advantage of the state variable approach. These points are very important. Not to go through my class notes, I have clearly written these points also. Now what are the variables? We shall see in state variables. What are the variables used in the state variable approach? State variable approach. Here the variables which are used in the state variable approach are the input variables, output variables, and the state variables. Now, what will be the state variable? What is the state regarding these things? Those things I'm going to discuss now. Shall see what are the variables used in the state variable approach. Now, the variables used in the state variable approach are the input variables, output variables, and the state variable. Now, what is the input variable? Input variables are usually denoted by, here in state variable approach, input variables are denoted by U1 of t, U2 of t, U3 of t up to U1. There are m number of inputs. So, for the m number of input, output variables are denoted by Y1 of t, Y2 of t, Y3 of t, and Yp of t. For the p output system, for the m number of inputs, so there are p number of outputs. So, and also the intermediate variable, the state variable. Another important is the state variable. A set of variable which describe the system at any instant of time is called as the state variable. A set of variable which describe this system at any instant of time are called the state variable. So the definitions also they are going to give the examine what is state or what is state variable. So Likewise, what is the input variable, output variables regarding, you will get a question also. Therefore, the state variable is very important. It's set of variables which describe the system at any instant of time are called the state variables. So the state variables are denoted by x1 of t, x2 of t, x3 of t up to and there are xn of t. There are the n number of state variables used to formulate the state space state variables. So in order to develop the state model of the given system, so we go for using these are the symbols. These are the U1, are the U1, U2, U3 are the input of the system. So there are M number of inputs. So there are P number of output. So outputs are the V1, Y1, Y2, Y2, Y3, and there are intermediate variables. A set of variables which describe the system at any instant of time is called the state variable. So these x1, x2, x3, these are called the state variables. So there are n number of state variables present in the state model of the system, given system. Now what is the state? Now what is the state? I'm going to discuss what is state, how to formulate the what is the graphical representation of the state model of the system. I'm going to discuss now. The state variable formulation of a system consists of a m number of inputs and p number of outputs and n number of state variables. So therefore, in order to develop the state space model for the state space models or state model for the given system, we should use the state formulation or state model of the system consists of the m number of input and p number of output and as the n number of state variables. So before that, what is the state? Also in the examination, you will get what is state to state variables. So input variables regarding your question. Now, what is state? Is the state of a dynamic system is a minimum set of variables or a small set of variables such that the knowledge of these variables at t is equal to t0, t is equal to t0 together with the knowledge of input for t is greater than or equal to t0 and completely and determine the behavior of a system for t is greater than or equal to t0. The state space analysis or state variable approach can be used to find the output of the system at t is equal to t0, and also we can t is greater than or equal to t0. Also, we can completely determine the behavior of the system by using the state space formulation or state model of the given system or state approach. So there is the definition. Is a according to the control theory. This is the state definition for the state. Now we shall see how to formulate what is the state space formulation diagram of the state variable approach. Shall see now. The state space formulation of the system consists of the m number of input to p number of outputs. So p number of outputs, and n state variables. So now this is the graphical representation of the state model. Here there are n number of m number of inputs. So y1, y2, y3 up to yp of t are the p number of output of p outputs, and also the n number of state variables. So now this can be represented in a single variable u. There are u1, u2, u3, etc. u1 of t can be written by using u. U is a vector and y is a vector, p is a vector, u is a vector consists of the u1 of t, u2 of 3, u2 of 3, and similarly y is the vector consists of the y1 of t, y2 of t, and these are the up to the yp of t, and p is a vector consists of the x1 of t, and p is a vector or x, not p, it is a x. X is a vector which consists of the x1 of t. Now this is the graphical representation of state formulation or state model of the given system. Now I'm going to use now what is the u? U is nothing but the u of capital U is equal to, it is a u1 of u2 up to u3 up to, now this is the vector. U1 of t is a column vector. So therefore, I'm going to now what is the value of this u is a input vector. So u is a input vector. So is a column vector. U of t. This is not a single variable. It's a vector consists of u1 of u2, u3 up to how many u1 of m of t. Now similarly, y is a vector. Vector y is a vector which consists of y1 now y2 of the p numbers of output. Similarly, x is a vector. Therefore, the x is a vector. Therefore, x is a vector. Therefore, this can be written as like this. So now this can be these are the vectors. So therefore, x is equal to x1 of t, x2 of t, x3 of t up to there are n number of state variables. So now x is a vector. So u is a vector. So y is a vector. So it consists of the input variable. So the y is a vector consists of the output variable. So it's a column vector. So it's a column vector. So it's a n rows and single column n cross 1. No, it's a p cross 1. No, yeah, n cross 1. No, now this is the n cross n columns, n rows and single column m cross 1 vector. So this is a p cross p rows and a number of variables. And this is regarding the state variables. Analysis of how to formulate the state model for the given system by using the these are the conventions used for developing the state model for the model for the given electrical system or mechanical system or any system. Therefore, the in next session I'm going to discuss regarding the what is state model, how to formulate the state model for the given differential equation or electrical equation. I'm going to discuss in next session. Thank you for listening.